Hi, this is Juliana, and today I'm going to show you how to make these darkly enchanting Dark Fae earrings. These earrings were made as companion pieces to the Dark Fae necklace that I made, and this tutorial is already out on my YouTube channel if you're interested in making it. The Dark Fae earrings I thought they're very quick and easy to make, and they look much more complicated than they really are, and just kind of beautiful, I think. I love the colors of this collection. The collection that the supplies came from is the Love Spells collection on Eureka Crystal. That collection, unfortunately, is sold out. However, as with all of their collections, they list the contents individually under the collection on the website, and links to the individual items I'm going to post them in the description below. They're generally not sold out, the individual items. So we're going to start with these beautiful 14mm Rivolis, this rich dark red color, and these really cool looking French ear hooks, 20 gauge 5mm jump rings. These are 11.0 Miyukis in two different colors. They came in a mix in the collection with this 15.0 black color and 15.0 gold, like an antique gold color. Also in the collection there were 3 sizes of Firepolish that were used in this, the 2mm, 3mm, and 6mm, 4mm pearls, and these cute little nibbit beads. I also used a fire line. I always forget to put something on my table. I used a 6-pound and I used a smoke color. And I generally used about a size 11 needle. I didn't really have any problems with that size. I believe that is it, so let's get started. I have added about 3/4 of a wingspan of thread to my rather janky, well-loved needle and put on there 6 nibbit beads, and in between 2 11.0s, and in between each nibbit, and also 2 more at the end, only one end. I'm going to slide those down and leave about a 4 or 5 inch tail, just so I can weave that in to get away from the knot I'm making right now. And then I'm going to go around this whole ring again just to make it a little stronger and more stable. When I get to the tail thread, I'm just going to go through those 2 11.0s past it and into the next nibbit, and then go up into the upper hole of that nibbit, the open hole. And I'm going to flip it over here, so I'm beading in the direction that I prefer. Get that tail thread out of the way. And pick up a 3mm Firepolish. Go into the next nibbit. Firepolish. Next nibbit. We're going to do that all the way around. On my last Firepolish, going through that next nibbit and the next Firepolish. That may start cupping a little, and if it does, don't worry, because we want it to cup. And we're picking up two 15-0s, a 2mm fire polish, and two 15-0s. And I'm using these dark brown ones, kind of, I don't know, black maybe even. And I'm coming out of that fire polish and going into the next. Two 15-0s, 2mm fire polish, two 15-0s. Coming out of that fire polish, going into the next. We're going to do that all the way around. And I'm encouraging them to kind of go to the top, not slink underneath this ring here. My last set with the 2mm fire polish, coming out of this fire polish, going into the next. And if you can, up those two 15-0s and into the 2mm fire polish. Now we're going to pick up three 11-0s. And this time I'm using the gold. And coming out of that gold 2mm fire polish, go into the next 2mm fire polish. Three 11-0s into the next 2mm fire polish. And at this point, you may want to go ahead and set your stone in there, this beautiful crystal, and just kind of hang on to it. Pull these towards your center, towards your stone. And we'll be back. Keep going. Three 11-0s in each 2mm. Coming up to my last set of 11-0s. Coming out of this fire polish and going into the next little 2mm. And also into two of the 11-0s. And I'm going to pull all that snug. Now, I also threaded my tail thread because it's starting to aggravate me. And I'm going to just do a couple of half hitches and then tie it off. If you want to fast forward ahead, if you already know how to do this. If you don't, just go under a bridge thread right there until you make a little loop. Go through your loop, pull it snug. I know we already did a knot. I just like to do this for some added. I'm going to go through a couple of beads, added security, go through that thread bridge, make a loop, go through the loop, pull it snug, and just go through a couple more beads. Usually I do 3 of those, but since I already tied a knot, I'm just going to do those 2, go through a couple of threads, go ahead and cut or burn that off, which I'll do in a minute. So, back to your working thread. You're coming out of that middle 11-0 of the 3 of the trio. We're going to pick up 3 15-0s. I'm doing the gold. Go to the next group of 3 and go just into the middle bead only. Three 15-0s into the next middle bead only. We're going to do that all the way around. Pull it snug. On my last set of 15-0s, coming out of that middle bead of the trio, going into the next middle bead of the next trio. And I'm going to go ahead and try to get through those 3 15-0s that follow it. Now we're going to go around the circle, and we're just going to skip these 11-0s and only go into the 15-0s. So through those 15 O's, pull it snug, skip the 11 O, through the 15 O's, and all the way around. I'm going through my last set of 15 O's here. Coming out of that 15 O, I'm just going to go right down through the 11 O's next to it and that fire polish bead. Pull everything snug. Should look like this. I'm going to come down through these 15 O's, or we're going to come down through these 15 O's together. If we can get into them. And through the 3mm fire polish. And now we're going to pick up 5 11 O's. And I am using the gold. And go through the other side of the same fire polish we're coming out of. We're going to go up through 3 of those 11 O's we just added. And pick up a pearl, a 6mm fire polish, oops, and a 15O, which I'm using the gold for that. Slide that all the way down. And then we're just going to come up through the fire polish and the pearl. We're going to skip that 15O altogether. I'm just going to kind of hold it there so it stays close to the piece. And now you want to look at your 15 O's here and determine which side you came out of to begin with, which I came out of this side over here. So I'm going to go back in the other side of that 11O. Hope you can see that. My thread came out of this side, so I'm going through the other side. Just want to have thread on both sides of that 11O. You kind of, if you're loose, a little loose there, you can take this little 15O. It's so small I can't grab it, and pull it. Pull it kind of snug so everything gets up there, and then yank this thread to get it back. We're going to go through it again though. We're coming out of this 11O. We're going to go up the 2 11Os on the side. Pick up a 15O and go back through the 11O. The 3mm fire polish. Pick up a 15O. Go back down through your 11Os, all 3 of them. Back through your pearl and your 6mm fire polish. Through the 15O on the end. And back up that whole series, your fire polish and your pearl. Up through the 11O this way. And these 11 O's and the 15 O you just added. Then we're going to go through this nibbit right here. Sorry, my camera died. It's going down out of this side of this nibbit. I'm going down through the bottom. And through the two 11 O's. And the next nibbit if you can get it. Up the top hole of that nibbit. And up this side of this 15O. And all I'm doing is trying to do the same thing on this side I did on the other. Because this 15O is connected to the Firepolish, the 2mm, and now it's also being connected to the nibbit. I'm just going to go through all of those 11O's. Back up these 11O's. We're doing that. I'm going out through that nibbit. And now your drops on there. And you don't want it too tight where it looks too pulled out stiff. But you do want it kind of stiff enough that you don't have thread showing. Coming out of that nibbit, I'm going to work my way up to the top. We are going to work our way up to the top. Through the Firepolish and the nibbit. It's my thread trying to get caught up there. It's like a conspiracy. Through the Firepolish and nibbit. And through the Firepolish. And then we're going to do kind of the same thing. We're going to pick up 5 11O's. And again, I'm using the gold. Come through the other side of that Firepolish. I'm going to turn this over so I can sew the way I like to. I'm coming out of that Firepolish. We're going up 3 of those 11O's. Back down. Actually, we're going through all 5 of them, sorry. I had to look at my other earring to make sure it was repeating what I did last time. I'm going to pick up a 15O. Go back down through the Firepolish. Pick up a 15O. Go back up 2 of these 11O's. We're going to skip that middle 11O and go back down the other 2. Then I'm going to go through this nibbit, and I'm going to kind of do the same thing we did below. Through the nibbit. I'm going to turn it to the back, through the bottom of the nibbit. And the 2 11O's, if you can get them. Might have to do them one at a time, like I'm going to have to do. And then through the next nibbit. Back up through the nibbit. And again, that's just to grab this 15O. So it's attached to both the nibbit and the Firepolish. And really that's just to give it a more cohesive look. And then back up those 11O's. Also, this reinforces this because this is where your earring hook's going to go. And down the 2 11O's and the 15O. And then we can go ahead and tie some half hitches and get rid of this thread, and then we'll be back. Alrighty, so that should be looking like that. We're going to go ahead and put on our jump ring. Forgive my janky pliers, they're old and beat up, but they still work, so I'm keeping them. So we got this jump ring that came from the collection, but you can use any jump ring, obviously. I think this is a 21 gauge. It's in the description. I think it's a 5mm 21 gauge. I'm just putting it through that 11/0 at the top. So obviously you got to use a jump ring that will fit through that bead. And a 21 gauge fits nicely. And it's still heavy enough to carry the earring. And I'm going to go ahead and put the earring on, making sure we get the front on the front of the ear wire, front to front. And then twist that closed. And there we have it. And here's its matching pair. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. It's free to you, and it's really going to help me build this channel. And I'd really like to keep doing this. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit the notification bell. Like the video, that helps it on the YouTube algorithms too. And if you have any beady friends, share it with them. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I enjoyed making these. They're really cute and they're pretty easy. They're like rich and beautiful, and they go nicely with the necklace that I also made with this collection that there's a tutorial on as well. So I will see you next time, and thanks for joining me. Bye.